How to stop reacting to reactions RTR. Reacting to reactions RTR is something we all do, but it can really escalate conflicts and make it harder to communicate effectively with our kids. Let's say you're on a work call at home and your kid starts making a noise in the background. You might feel embarrassed or worried about how it looks to your boss, so you yell at your kid to stop. But then your kid fights back, and suddenly you're in a full-blown argument. This is a classic example of RTR. You're reacting to your kid's reaction, and it's not helping anyone. To avoid RTR, it's important to communicate your needs and expectations clearly and calmly, rather than just reacting to what your kid does. The scenario illustrates the common pattern of reacting to reactions. By reacting to your child's actions or reactions, you contribute to the escalation of the conflict. In the end, who is leading the situation, you or your child? It's easy to fall into the trap of RTR, but it's important to step back and be aware of what is happening. It's natural to feel frustrated when your family life or relationship with your children becomes difficult, but it's important to recognize that these challenges can be caused by our own actions and reactions. Instead of blaming your child or thinking that you have been too lenient, try to take a mindful approach and be aware of your own actions and intentions. By doing so, you can improve your communication and relationship with your children. Have you ever found yourself getting into an emotional ping-pong match with your kid? It can be really tough when they push your buttons, but it's important to remember that they're still just kids. The answer to the situation isn't about your kid, it's about you. When you make a conscious decision to stop reacting to your kid's reactions and moods, you take control of the situation. This doesn't mean ignoring your kid or giving them the cold shoulder, far from it. It's important to keep the lines of communication open and inviting, especially when you're trying something new. It can be tough to stay calm and not let your emotions control your reactions, but it's an important skill for a parent to develop. By being able to manage your own emotions, you can model healthy emotional regulation for your child and respond to their behavior in a constructive way. So next time you find yourself in an emotional ping-pong match with your kid, try to take a step back and take control of your own emotions. It will make a big difference in the dynamic between you and your children. By staying centered and consistent, and not using threats or power dynamics, you can have a much better relationship with your kid and achieve your goal in the meantime. Another way to practice this is by using a technique called reflective listening. This involves listening to your child's words and feelings, and then reflecting back to them what you heard in a non-judgmental way. For example, if your child is upset because they are feeling left out at school, you might say something like, "I can understand why you would feel left out if you're not included in activities at school. That must be really hard for you." This helps your child to feel heard and understood, which can help to de-escalate the situation. It's also important to remember that children are still learning and developing, and it's natural for them to make mistakes and have difficulty controlling their emotions at times. As a parent, it's your job to guide and support your child as they learn to manage their emotions and behavior. This may involve setting boundaries and consequences for inappropriate behavior, but it's important to do so in a way that is firm but fair and that helps your child to learn and grow. To avoid reacting to reactions RTR and create a more positive and harmonious relationship with your children, here are some do's and don'ts. Be proactive and communicate your needs and expectations clearly. Outline the importance of quiet during work calls to your children beforehand. Explain why it is important, how long the calls will last, and how it benefits the family. Disengage from reacting to your child's reactions and moods, and focus on your own actions and intentions. Keep the communication channels open and inviting, especially when implementing new changes. Be aware of your own actions and the purpose behind them in every interaction. Stay calm, centered, and consistent in your delivery of your intentions. Praise your child for complying and celebrate milestones of change together. Don't react to your child's reactions, as this only puts you on the same level and can lead to an emotional ping-pong match. Don't nag, display power, or make threats. Don't expect immediate results, as humans are not machines that can be programmed instantly. Only consistent and coherent parenting will make a difference on the long run. By following these guidelines, you can improve your communication and relationships with your children and create a more harmonious home environment and put the RTR behind you. If you are concerned about your child's behavior or well-being, it may be helpful to seek guidance from a trusted adult, such as a teacher, counselor, or healthcare provider. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns, advice@newparenting.net, or dial 888-857-8044. Peace and love to your family. An article by Ella Skye. Published by newparenting.net. 2022. Subscribe to newparenting.net publications and YouTube channel.